There are forts that are remembered for battles, and there are forts remembered for screams. In Pune, SHANIWAR WADA, the screams have never stopped. SHANIWAR WADA wasn't built to be haunted. It was built to be magnificent, the pride of the Peishwas. Imagine marble floors, huge durbar halls, and sprawling private gardens. It was a palace of absolute power, but power always attracts betrayal. In 1773, the young heir to the throne, Narayana Peshwa, just 17 years old, found himself at the center of vicious palace politics. His own uncle Raghunathra wanted control, and somewhere between blind ambition and whispering ministers, a contract went out. Assassins slipped into the palace grounds under the cover of darkness. Narayan ran for his life. He sprinted down the courtyard, across the gardens, and past the giant pillars, screaming one thing: Kaka Malavachva, uncle save me. But the very uncle who heard that desperate scream was the reason it was happening. Narayana was brutally murdered inside the palace walls, a tragic murder soaked in family betrayal. Soon after his death, the first strange occurrences began. Servants reported hearing phantom footsteps in empty hallways. Doors would open and close on their own. Pillows would toss from beds, and lanterns would flicker wildly. But every full moon night, one specific sound echoed through the entire fort: Kaka Malavachva. It was the scream of a child, a desperate plea for one more second of life. Guards started fleeing their posts. Residents in the city learned to lock their homes and avoid the fort entirely after sunset. Even the bravest souls refused to stay there overnight. Then, in 1828, a massive unexplained fire raged through SHANIWAR WADA for 7 long days. 7 days of roaring flames, 7 days of echoing screams, 7 days of charred marble and collapsing wood. To this day, no one knows the true cause of the fire. Some say it was a lightning strike, others blame simple negligence. But a few whisper that the fort itself tried to burn away its own painful memories. The grand halls that once held so much power now held only ash and a heavy silence. But the screams remained. Even today, tourists and locals report the same chilling experiences, the feeling of soft footsteps following them, faint whispers heard near the garden area, a fleeting glimpse of a young boy running in the shadows, lights flickering despite there being no wind, sudden dramatic temperature drops near the old chambers, and the strange, lingering scent of burnt sandalwood and smoke. Watchmen, after decades of service, all say the same thing. SHANIWAR WADA sleeps during the day, but at night, it remembers. One guard swore that at 2:15 a.m. he saw a young figure standing near the fountain, dripping water, barefoot, looking for help. When he blinked, the figure was gone. There were no footprints, no boy, no sound, just the faint lingering echo. So, what are the theories behind the haunting? Some believe Narayana never realized he died. His scream isn't a ghost, it's a memory loop, a psychic scar forever imprinted on the location. Others think the fort carries a curse of betrayal. They say anyone who enters with bad intentions feels the palace actively push back against them. A few historians claim the haunting isn't emotional but ritualistic. The murder and the fire both occurred during full moon cycles, 2 tragedies bound together by lunar time. And then there's the darkest theory of all. A soul murdered in an act of betrayal never leaves the place of its last breath. Here's where it gets even stranger. In 2016, a documentary team was recording audio inside the fort late at night. Suddenly, all their microphones went silent except for one. At exactly 3:07 a.m. that single mic captured a faint, desperate voice. Forensic analysis later confirmed the voice belonged to a young male, crying. The team quietly withdrew the clip. The footage was never aired publicly, but the locals didn't need the evidence. They always knew SHANIWAR WADA isn't haunted by death. It is haunted by unfinished last words. If you ever visit Pune, take a walk past SHANIWAR WADA after sunset. Don't expect jump scares or loud noises. Instead, expect whispers, expect memory, expect history that simply refuses to stay quiet. Because some palaces carry pride, and some palaces carry screams. Subscribe for more stories like this.